What's up, man? My name's Hunter, um, owner at Small Arms Combatives, man. We make stuff like this. So right now, this is a rifle sling shoulder pad. This particular color is multicam black. The customer requested pink stitching. So what you just saw was the pad being sewed, and I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you like my glasses. With the glasses, when you sew, it's always a good idea to wear glasses. The reason why, for some reason, that needle breaks and little tiny metal pieces go into your face, you're gonna wish you had glasses on. So, um, just just one of those things. Plus, I like to be able to see when I'm doing this stuff. But yeah, custom sling. I mean, we sell these on that website right there, Small Arms Combatives. We got slings. If you want a custom color, you might want to, contact us. Right now, we have a way to do custom colors on our belts, like as far as the stitching. But you can order a plain multicam black sling, or one in regular multicam. So this is what we're sewing today. So what you just saw was the pad for the shoulders being sewed. So, but basically it'll go around the person's neck or around their shoulders, and that way it's padded, it's nice and comfy, and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's what we're sewing. If you want a custom color rifle sling and you don't see exactly what you want on the website, you can contact us. The contact information is on the website. So if I tell you to go to the website and get the contact information, I'm making you go to my website. So that's a business tactic for those of you that want some business advice. But yeah, there it is right there. So yeah, we're sewing slings. One of the things that comes out of here weekly out of the shop is definitely slings. So this is a custom sling. The person who ordered this sling is a return customer, so they know how to get a hold of us very well. But we're just, like always, making sure everything here is QC checked as we sew. Our sling pads are adjustable, and it takes a little extra time to sew this particular piece that we're sewing on this pad, but it makes our slings adjustable. And there's a lot of companies who sew slings, and the pads are not adjustable. And so when you have a person who's less than 6 feet tall and short arms versus someone who is 6 feet or tall greater, they need a way to adjust the length of their slings so that it fits their body. So we want the pad to do its job instead of being stuck somewhere where it can't do its job. So we make sure that the way we sew our sling, it's able to do that. So, but yeah, if any of you, anybody else has any comments, throw it in there. You got a question about exactly what we do. The best way to explain that is just go to the website, look at everything that we make, and you might buy something. So you could be a customer for life. I know people around the world, watch this video, so some of you are probably not allowed to have a gun to put the sling on. Just some real talk there. Yes, sir, from America, the United States. So there's actually a North America, a Central America, and a South America. I'm from that northern part. United States of America. we have a bunch of states here, so if you're not familiar with our geography and everything here, but we have states. Some places may call them provinces, but each state has its own governor. The one that I'm from is North Carolina. There's two Carolinas, it's North and South Carolina. All right, on man. So as we sew, if there's any piece that the customer can see, like this right here on the bottom, those threads that we just clipped, we want to make sure that we singe them up real good with the lighter. As part of our QC process, any part that the customer can see will take a little bit of extra time there, but that pink is really popping on this multicam black right now. Really popping. So, but yeah, that's the end. It kind of covers up the ends where the edge tape was sewn. We fold this over, tack it, and then on each end you're gonna have this tri-glide here. This piece covers up that raw edge, so never will be seen. This does take a little extra time to sew on our slings, but we feel as if it's the best way. There's a lot of things that we sew here, which are labor intensive, but we feel that it gives us the best outcome. That's what kind of makes us a little bit unique from, let's say, another company who may sell a sling or some of the other products we make, belts, bags, packs, chest rigs, stuff like that. Those little extra details that make it unique to us. Alright, so right now the pad is complete. Took me a little extra time to sew this part, just because we do have that contrast in stitching. So we just wanted to make sure that, we did have everything straight. We don't want, those lines crooked because you can see it. That's kind of the way it is. If I can get in some more detail there. But yeah, looks good, right? Pink on black, that always pops. So anytime you have contrast and stitching, there's a little extra work there. You have to slow down just to make sure that the stitch lines are parallel and straight and doesn't look like S. So, which is going to be the remainder of this sling that we're going to be sewing. It's all going to take a little bit of extra time just because of that contrasting thread. So we want to make sure that it looks good. Make sure I got the right end here. There's a front strap and a long strap, and I won't be shorter of the two. And this is our adjustment glide here. So we'll just sew it next. So I'm going to do is just stick that in there and double this over. It's a piece of plastic, essentially. There are no metal parts on this sling. I know there are some companies out there who have metal parts on the sling. I feel as if metal will rust over time if you get out in the elements, and I just feel like plastic. I've never had one of these things break, and I mean I use my own equipment all the time, so. But all right, so this is the part we really need to be aware of here. Using that contrasting thread, I'm actually going to reduce the stitch length because we're doing a little bit of tacking right now, and I want those tacks to be tight, close and tight. All right, and I'll come back. Put that needle exactly where I want it. So what we're going to be sewing is a box X stitch. And let's see, I'm going to put this in reverse. So when you get up against these buckles, you have to sew in reverse to clear that buckle. Alright. Looking good. Gotta keep everything tight. Alright, and then we come back across the diagonal, and that finishes our box. There we go. Box X stitch. That's going to be a pretty strong stitch pattern. Okay, I need to up the tension just a little bit. And one thing about sewing is I'll let that thread get underneath what I was sewing there, so I need to pull that out of there. There we go. Some people will go ahead on and clip their threads when they start sewing, and then that way whatever the tail ends won't get caught in whatever they're sewing, so if that makes sense. Alright, there it is, that looks good. A box. All right. So the question is, what's our favorite hobby? Um, all right. So here's some more business advice, and then I'll answer your question. You need to make your hobbies your business, otherwise you won't like doing your job. If that makes sense. So whatever that is, if you're like if you have a hobby and you're spending a lot of time doing something but you're not getting money out of it, that's pretty flawed if you ask me. So I would definitely say everything that I do is my hobby, and you know what I mean. I mean, you say okay, good luck. Like my hobbies make me money. This right now is not a hobby. This is my business. I sell these slings. The one like I wouldn't even be sewing this one if it wasn't already paid for. So like when you ask what my hobbies are, my business is my hobby. Like I would never waste time doing something that I'm not gonna be making money or bettering myself with. So yeah, like people who have hobbies, I mean that's great. If you know whatever kind of hobby you have, and I'm not just talking to you, I'm just kind of talking to the world right now. But whatever kind of hobby you have, if it's not bettering you in some type of way or you're not benefiting from it, then why are you doing it? Other than I guess you know you have some kind of intrinsic motivation to do it. Maybe it makes you feel better. Maybe you just have a general interest in it. But to me, I don't see the point of doing anything that you're not getting some kind of gain. Like, let's say, I guess a hobby of mine would be going to the gym, working out, and like lifting weights, getting stronger, right? Um, but I'm getting a gain out of that. I'm getting stronger. I'm staying healthier. Um, the let's say I do combat sports, like martial arts. Um, I, I would guess anything that I do is a hobby, so I'm getting something out of it. Um, martial arts, you're learning to defend yourself. It is exercise. You're able to test your actual abilities, you know, in preparation for real combat. So like I would prefer to say instead of I do martial arts, I would prefer to say I do combat sports because I'm not really in it for the art. I'm learning how to choke people out. Let's say if I need to. Um, right. All right. So today, 2A Dave, coach is a hobby, and I don't make any money from it, but it makes me happy to see the kids grow in basketball and become better teammates. Yeah, bro. I coached kids before too. Um, I'm actually a distinguished rifleman, so I used to shoot competitively on our national circuit here in the United States, and I was pretty good. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have won anything. But I coached a lot of kids on our rifle team before, and while I wasn't making any money doing that, there are benefits. Coaching people who look up to you. To me, that's important. Some of these kids may not have solid parents at home. They may see the coach as a father or mother figure, depending on who you are, and you know that's great. Every one of these kids that I've taught, they are customers as well. So it all comes together. I take care of people who take care of me as well. So if if there are other local businesses who I know, they buy from me, I'll buy from them. Kind of like I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, kind of deal. That's what I'm saying. You have to be extra careful with that contrast and stitching there. But yeah, that's going to be the front strap. This is your pull tab to the sling. And then really there's only one more part of actual sewing, and then we put the whole sling together, and then it'll be done. So I probably would have had this sling done by now, but I've been stopping and talking. That's all right. That's why we do it. I encourage people to make comments. I can't do this all day though, because I got to get on with everything else around here. Let's see. This is probably the part that takes the longest as far as sewing slings. Okay, and the last stitch. There it is. That looks great. Alright, so now we can put the sling all the way together. That was our last bit of stitching. And pink and black. Looks great. Where's my lighter? When something's not in its place, I'm going to look around for it. Alright. Alright, so that was the last stitch. We're just going to piece this thing together now. So basically, this drops in from the top. This is our front strap. It goes up and over and through, just like so. So this could be used as a sling. We just slide the pad into it, which we're fixing to do right now. Yeah, we do make slings. I don't work with leather, but what kind of leather sling are you working for, 2A Dave? These slings are for like tactical use. These are tactical slings. I used to shoot competitively, and we used like the Turner Saddlery slings, the 1907 National Max slings to be exact, is the one we used. So I take this piece here and we're going to just stuff it through the pad. That's how that works. The sewing is done. So if you ever take your sling out of the pad and just, you know, take a dowel, or this is actually just like a piece from a clothes hanger, and just push it through, hold the end, pull that out, run that through, just like so. And this sling is finished. All it needs is a rifle to go on. We can't show that on live though, it's against YouTube's policies there, but that is a multicam black with pink stitching, going to a customer who wants to put that on their rifle. So there it is. All right, so I'll answer some final questions now. Not looking for a leather sling, just wondering if you work with leather. I'm into knives and like leather sheaths for fixed blade and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, I don't work with leather. Kind of with the setup we have, we all work with nylon. So this is all Cordura nylon. This is all nylon strapping here. Here's another sling. So this kind of shows you our two main colors that we sew out of slings right now. But yeah, we sew out of nylon. So no leather. Leather, like what would there be that I would use leather for? Really nothing right now. When I shot competitively, I used a 1907 style sling from Turner Saddlery. They make leather slings. And I'll answer that question about 2-point slings. But I used a biothane sling just because the leather gets wet and you're in the field, it gets wet, it stretches, the holes are never the same. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Some people like leather. I just, in a way, it's sort of a thing of the past for me. I don't use like a leather holster or anything like that. I use Kydex. But 2-point slings only. All right, so why a 2-point sling? If you look at anyone who's in special ops right now, most of them are using a 2-point sling. It can be worn around the neck like so, and now you have a single point sling. You have basically this end here tied into the buttstock. This end is either close to the receiver or out farther down the barrel. And if you just need a single point for, let's say, doing some CQB work, then just swim out of the shoulder. If you need basically a sling with 2 points for the stability, then just swim that arm under just like that. So um, maybe single point slings will make like a comeback. Um, I work in most cases I need a 2 point sling because of how I shoot. So we have to remember something. A person who is a rifleman uses the sling to support the shooting position. A lot of people think that these slings are for just hanging the rifle on their body. And when we look at it that way, then that person really doesn't meet the definition of a rifleman to me. Um, so we use the sling in order to help us stabilize our shooting position. There's a video that I have on 2 point slings. It's on this channel. Go click on it. You're gonna see me shoot a rifle 300 yards with one of these slings, and so I'll show you how you can use a sling to stabilize your shooting position. I'll shoot prone out to 300 yards. So there's a video on this channel that shows that. Yeah, if you know how to use the sling, you just get more benefits out of a 2 point sling. Um, yeah, man, I appreciate it too, Dave. If you would please hit like and subscribe if you have already. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you watching. And we do a live at least once a week. It kind of gets us out there, shows people, hey, like we make this stuff right here in North Carolina, United States of America. If you like what we sew here, you can see the quality. Make an order. The website's right there. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. And but I do appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the love that everyone's given me today, and I appreciate everyone watching. We'll come on live maybe later this week. Definitely, we do it once a week. It just depends on how busy we get around here. But this is everyone's opportunity to talk to the owner of the shop here. You get to see me sew the products that we make, and we can answer any questions that you may have, and we can talk about things that are totally unrelated to our gear, just like we did today. We talked about a little bit of intrinsic motivation. We talked about hobbies. We talked about you know coaching kids. All kinds of different things like that. So if we want to talk about gardening, I know it's summertime here where we're located, so people have their gardens going. If we want to talk about self-reliance, we want to talk about homesteading, we want to talk about some of that kind of stuff. We can talk about that on our live as well. If you're here because of the sewing, then let's talk about sewing, and you can ask me about how I do things. So all that good stuff. Oh yeah, you're behind the lines there in California. I hear that, man. They just got big cities over there. Um, so but I get it, man. My dad was born in California. So all right. Well, hope everyone has a great week, the rest of your week and what's left of it. I'm gonna go ahead and get down with everything else that I need to do today. Hopefully, we'll see y'all joining us next time. I appreciate everyone watching. Over and out.